on selecting Pop Tarts, Cinebarre, and the Cheesecake Factory for my experiment design. Today is Sunday, 31 May, 2026 AD, and here I, Tanis, Hers of Seattle, share about why I selected and how I integrated Pop Tarts, Regal Cinebarre, and the Cheesecake Factory for my cardiology self-experimentation design as a non-food / beverage component of experiment design. So this is part of my cardiology self-experimentation. Cardiology is a study of the heart and corresponding blood flow system for my stuff. And so these are great for the design component here is control. And that's very important in experiments in an experimental setting, is to have control, because if control cannot be maintained, then the experiment might not be able to operate. Okay. So here we go. At foundation level, approximately 2017, my heart, this is a very foundational to my say anchoring in kind of keeping myself focused on my self-experimentation and my heart. I think to myself, make me into that which I am most jealous of. It fully captures my attention. It's very effective for me. Okay. 2026 assessment. There's nothing other than myself and what I provide for myself that I want. Well, except for future me. Okay. I will make you more jealous of me, to myself. I will make you more jealous of me than any other human being in history. I will deliberately exclude you and define myself without you, driving my value to myself higher every day. There is no human of any gender greater than me at defining my solitary existence entirely in terms of my own heart. You shall never touch me. I am untouchable. Otherwise, what happens if I don't do that is I get stuck. So it's really about taking myself and being like, it's self-improvement, but then also like at this moment, the me before me and the me after me are jealous of me because I did what so well. With my self-experiments. And it's really great. It keeps me focused on myself, especially if there are things trying to distract me or out of my control, that kind of stuff. It's really about, I'm the thing being experimented on, and I'm the thing doing the experimenting. So focus on myself. So it's effective for me. It does require a lot of attention and being tuned into myself. All right, control. So now about control. These are for me to self-clip my control tendencies. With animals, clipping is a way to prevent a bird from flying. I do it to myself to prevent myself from flying, to continue my self-experimentation, to enact certain experiment conditions on me / my physiology / my body. There is and never will be no greater control than control over myself. This is for me. Okay. The high can be intoxicating. I am an intoxicated flightless bird. Yes, that's doing my self-experimentation. My self-experimentation, right, is unlike anything else I've learned. This is a very interesting thing. I chose the right thing by myself. Okay. Control and experiment design. A non-food / beverage component of design to help me be successful by self-imposing adaptation to external circumstance without going overboard. Thus far, no problems with that one. Because of the nature of my self-experimentation, it is not possible to correct at the time mistakes after consumption. Control tests are to make it so I can continue moving forwards when a mistake is made by me or anyone / any business else. I talked through 3 examples. They are fixed spots, not fixed products / businesses. None of the 3 have invested in my self-experimentation to become a permanent component of my research, which is, I think, for where I'm at, actually probably a good thing. Okay. Pop Tarts. The spot. Can do myself. Do not need a particular business. Okay. In my control, I can measure every bite if I want to. A good one in self-assessment of my taste, of flexibility / adaptability and potential to go overboard. While a product may have defect on, say, frosting, filling / serving size, weight, I can measure / adjust approximations accordingly, most in my control of the 3 businesses. Regal Cinebarre. So it's Regal Cinebarre Mountain Lake is the one I have gone to thus far. The spot can do myself, do not need a particular business. I get a semi-say in what to eat / see. Inconsistency in food delivered / availability allows me to adapt to offerings and what is delivered. Like some people are like, but I always want the same thing. Part of the reason I choose this stuff is that I don't get that say. I deliberately choose something where it's not necessarily like inconsistent. What I'm trying to say, inconsistent isn't harsh. In this particular spot, it's a desirable. Okay, so like for my first showing attended of 2026 film Project Hail Mary, I ordered a side salad with blue cheese dressing, one of my favorites, and got a side salad with ranch dressing, one of my least favorites. My self-experimentation requires loyalty to my heart and what I ordered, so it enters my tracking as I ordered it. I get the memory effect of if I remember their mistake. Yes, so that's also addressing if there's like a history component, and if there's a history of component of what I do, can I remember it as well? Like, is there a cognitive, but not cognitive, like does the memory of something show up somewhere else? So it is an exercise in correctly assigning blame / who makes the mistake. While I did not make the mistake, I also did not get what I ordered, right? So it's a way of shutting myself up, right? Don't complain about it. I didn't get what I ordered. Now instead of letting it like pull me down and affect my self-experimentation, take it in stride and make it positive, right? But more importantly, work it into my experimentation accordingly. Why did it not bother me? Because Project Hail Mary is not my taste. No, I do not like outer space movies / books. It by no means is the greatest of all time for me. It is not like they screwed up the order on a movie my taste. Right? So this may sound harsh, but it's not intended that way. Why did I see that particular movie so many times? Since it is not my taste. Business is business. I had some kinks to work out. Some movies I give a high rating as an allowance to see it more than once in theaters. So between this and 2026 film The Bride may be the better movie, even though I gave it 1.5. Also Project Hail Mary I watched like after that first viewing as a soloist, and it was better. So I did learn about going to the movies. So good thing I made my one showing I attended memorable and gave it a rating that kept me away from screwing up another showing relative to the first. So with The Bride, I gave it 1.5 stars, but I've noticed that like I'm trying to be very critical. I'm working on my writing, I'm working on my movie going critique skills. And so for that one, like I remember it very clearly in a way I don't remember any other movie I've attended this decade. Okay, The Bride, and I give it 1.5 stars. So some of it is just me being able to remember it because I see so much and I eat so much. I've got a lot to remember with my self-experimentation. I have to find unique memory things for the movies I see as well. So you're welcome, Project Hail Mary. I've done a lot of work to remember it because there's a fair number of outer space movies. And then last, if I'm not going overboard and you want to be remembered, okay, fondly. All right, and then last spot, the Cheesecake Factory for this video. The spot can do myself, do not need a particular business. I use to pin me to my routine diet. You guys are like, that's the most boring thing ever, and it's still needed for me. So occasionally, not necessarily all the time. So my self-experimentation requires loyalty to my heart, and what I ordered. So if there are 2 to 5 times more calories than online, I'm still required to put the authority calories. I invoke it as authority calories. I'm not in charge of the Cheesecake Factory. I don't make the cheesecakes. Just go with what they say. Okay. It is an exercise in correctly assigning blame / who makes the mistake. While I did not make the mistake, I also did not get what I ordered. I ordered that calorie, so if it's off, it's off. And so this one for pinning me to my routine diet is essentially I eat my diet, and it was a spectacular pick for me for the spot because I like it. All my excess calories were Cheesecake Factory slices, and it was actually like I would say one of the best control things I've done in terms of I really enjoy what I have as my baseline self-experimentation diet, and like adapting it to different times of the day to make the extra calories for the Cheesecake Factory work. I was like, it's really good. It really helped me appreciate the food I routinely eat for my self-experimentation. So there we go. That's on selecting Pop Tarts, Cinebarre, and the Cheesecake Factory for my experiment design.